Alright, they should be able to hear us now.
Hello,
Did my
stream.
Maiden and spell crash? It did.
It did? All right, well, I guess the lobby's going away at some point. What's the maximum lobby size now?
A 616. Pretty nice.
16? Wow, yeah, that's big. You know, today I tried new Arcanist, who I wasn't aware of all the buffs that happened, and that character is crazy now.
Yeah. The list of buffs is pretty insane, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's like faster move while widing, lower dead zone on wide, and you can basic more often. Is there more?
I think that's about it.
I mean, those are all very impactful. It made the character feel very mobile, even more so than
Definitely.
before. I don't know if I disliked it, though, per se, but it was definitely very strong. It's probably going to make Sunverse Arc really, really difficult.
Alright. Where's the bracket? This is
I don't know if I have the bandwidth to respond to chat and have the game open.
Everyone joined last minute, by the way. It was something.
If I get an
Definitely.
email from school, I might have to dip mid-tournament, but we'll see.
Who should we have on first?
Let's take a look. Who do we have? We have... Let me refresh. Oh, wow, the bracket got so much bigger. I think we should have either Hobo Airvent or Ghetto Megaka. One of those.
Alright, Hobo Air Vent.
All right.
Yeah. This bracket, there's a lot of people, thankfully.
I wish I could have played. So sad. But there's always next time. Yeah, I should be here for next one.
Yeah, the seating got changed last minute. There's a bracket link in MNS Start GG info.
All right, I still got 6,000 bestie bucks. Or 6.8k. I got all those betting on Illy and Magical Mountain, because insane people bet against Illy. Wait a minute. Oh, my lobby only has 2 people in it, and I see the stream filled with people. I need
Oh,
to reset that. Did the match already start? Am I too late?
nope. We are still waiting.
Okay, good. Oof, that was not good for the bandwidth. All right.
Betting is now live, by the way.
Can commentators bet? I don't anyway.
You can bet.
All right, who we watching? Hobo Air Vent?
Yep.
All right. And Air Vent recently, I believe, dropping depth as a main. I don't know for who. So we'll see how this goes.
Yep.
Who's Mega Reds? I'm assuming that's a play on Mega Blues, but I don't really know who it is.
Oh, right. I can pick song. Let's go.
Oh, you can pick the song?
I can pick the song for me. Everyone can pick the song for themselves, which is kind of
Oh, they
wild.
can?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. What's the normal song for Jewel Box?
Jewel box song. All right. The frost is coming out. Frost coming out for Air Vent right now.
Oh, all right. So this a matchup that was trying to be fixed with the beta. We'll see if the new changes to defense special from Hood come into play at all this match.
And so far, Hobo playing a very defensive game, not trying to make mistakes.
Yeah, Airvent not appearing to want to go in either, just opting for the turret playstyle.
And Hobo's the one that slips up first. Air Vent continuing to turret back and forth.
Yeah, it looks like Airvent's trying to maneuver to places where there aren't wide, and then just turret. But Hobo doing a mostly good job keeping wide active. Yeah, still playing very defensively on both sides. Yeah, no real aggression here. Did my Discord die? Or are you just not
No, I'm
talking?
just not talking. I'm trying to fix some setup stuff that I didn't get done.
Okay, yeah, I'm never can be sure with this internet, sorry. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of unfocused kunais from Hobo, which are being just walked around by Airvent, so maybe you could do for some more focused ones. By the way, stream, my setup's a bit off, so if my game audio is coming through my mic, please do tell me and I'll try and fix it. Yeah, still a very cautious game. I'm gonna start looking to see if, ooh, that was a nice catch. If Airvent is going for any sort of layering with focus and unfocused basic or just repeated focus basic. As of right now, it looks like Airvent's just going for the focus basic. Ooh, finally gets in there with a wide. Always have to be careful moving around when Frost is that close to you. Commits in, but does not press any buttons. Interesting.
And I just came back and it looked like everyone was doing so well. What happened?
I mean, they're both just playing really defensively, and it's just a matter of who bonks first, and Airvent has bonked first. We saw a tiny bit of aggressive play, but Airvent failed to press attacks when they got in range, so nothing happened. Other than that, it's just looked like this the whole match. Yeah, and Hobo takes the first game. Yeah, I'm not super knowledgeable about this matchup, but it seems to me like you probably wouldn't want to just play a who bonks first game if your opponent is Red Hood. Especially given the new nerfed dodge roll, hurting Frost's ability to just survive forever. What even is it now? Did it get re-nerfed, or is it still at like 4.5 seconds?
Oh, I think it's 4.5. Wait, no. Did it?
Alright, well, we'll just wait until Airvent rolls and find out.
True.
I'll be honest though, I think a lot of the time Frost players kill themselves with roll more often than they use it to actually dodge things. At least to a point. It seems like a lot of the time when I hit Frost, it's because they rolled poorly. Still turreting. Yeah, something I think we could really see from Airvent is that a mixing in of unfocused basic, because so far, from what I've seen anyway, it's just been focused basic, and layering it up can make it a lot harder to dodge. Also could be rolling to angle the pattern a bit differently. Isn't really doing that. And oh, and there we see roll into get hit, the classic combo. I should keep track of how many rolls actually end up working out. But unfortunately, I wasn't looking at the cooldown timer. Yeah, Hobo just not phased by this long-range focus basic spam. Airvent's going to need to either, I think, probably go in or work on the long-range pressure a bit to land hits on Hobo. Ooh, that was a good zigzag roll.
Yeah, and overall, just Hobo's chilling. Everyone's trying to outlast Hobo, but that's not really gonna happen.
Yeah, I think if you just do what Airvent's doing, just focus basic at long range, you can just kind of move up and down on the screen, and you only have to dodge every couple of seconds to weave your way back through. It's not very taxing, and what Hobo's doing is definitely a lot more taxing to dodge.
And Ervent gets through the setup on the bottom, but those nabs are coming in again, and Hobo just constantly refreshing. Bit late on the wide though. Ervent gets off for free a little bit.
Okay, I'm getting a report that I sound fine. Thank you.
And honestly, you have to wonder, like, will Irvin mix it up? Because currently small walls, definitely the chance to go for aggression here. Now is the time.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Was that a roll? That was. That was
Yeah.
like a no movement roll.
Extremely
Ooh.
defensive role.
Hobo's been getting several of these setups where kunai goes in between laser, and it's just been like a nearly a checkmate. So I think Erevent needed to move around the screen a bit more to prevent those sorts of things from happening. And we're getting some technical difficulties from Game Freak for getting their Start GG account.
Wait, but you had to have it to sign up. What happened?
Hilarious.
Alright, how are the other sets going?
Oh yeah, we only stream one per round, right?
Yeah, you gotta speed it up a little bit.
And they reported character data, unless you did that. I don't know if
Yeah,
you
I
have the
did
power to
that.
do that.
I did that one, but... Oh,
So how high
wait.
did you seed Quetzal?
How did I see
Wait,
Quetzal? Quetzal was 4th.
above J Feather, even though Quetzal hasn't played in ages?
Yeah. Quetzal, every time
Interesting.
Quetzal comes back, it's always like, yeah, Quetzal's washed, but...
I mean, it doesn't have to be washed, but J Feather's been out here on the grind, won several ATMs.
That's true. Wait, oh, I've been trolled.
Oh no.
Where do you report games? On the I'll send it.
Oh, you know what? I bet Megaka vs. Ghetto was probably a worm mirror. I'm curious, was it?
Definitely could have been a worm mirror.
Oh. I had no idea. Sorry. I didn't know. Oh, people are asking how to post character data in the game.
Oh, yeah, I sent the link. The problem is, like, you need to have double verification for bigger communities, but for a community like this where everyone trusts each other, single verification would be fine.
Yeah, I don't think we'd really ever run into an issue of people arguing over what the set result was. You just had to move us to start GG, Saya. You just had to
The
make it
character
difficult.
data. The character data is too juicy. Alright, it's Quetzal J Feather up next.
That's assuming people actually put in the character data. Ooh, Quetzal J Feather. That should be pretty hype.
Oh, this is the doomed 12 person bracket. Where if you lose round 2, you get fucked. You get absolutely obliterated.
I've had that happen to me several times. Am I lagging or is the match not been set up yet?
Okay. Now we just wait for Quetzal J Feather.
All right, looks like that's going to be happening up top.
The real question is who is on the first side? There we go. Quetzal J Feather coming right up.
Oh, it just kicked me out. Don't start.
Okay.
Or, oh wait, they just stopped. It kicked you out too, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh no. Okay. We are back.
Very quiet in the chat, but I guess everyone's still in. Maybe it'll get noisier once people enter, or I mean, lose.
Yeah. Predictions are up, by the way. All right, winners quarters.
Right. Quetzal is someone I have never played or seen play. One of the few people I have yet to acquire on my quest to play every M&S player. I'm quite interested to see this match.
Oh, they're mixing me up. Okay. I gotta. Wait, did I get Aqueduct again? Oh no, the song select might be doomed. I didn't. Let's go. All right, Quetzal
Oh,
versus J Feather.
Jay choosing to go depth. I guess, I don't know. Isn't the other matchup, Frost Hood, considered to be much worse than this one?
J Feather's been on a ton of depth no matter what recently.
Yeah, I guess. I've definitely been present for the anti-Frost propaganda that Jay has been putting out.
Alright, but Quetzal's got the fundies. Even washed Quetzal, but no vanish in the corner with shotgun. Unfortunate.
I think coming back with Hood from a hiatus is probably the best character to be doing that with because, you know, Hood is not the most difficult character to play. You just have to have the fundamentals and you're good. If you disagree, feel free to say so. I'm gonna feel like Hood is a nice one to have come back from break with. A bit of an early pop on that bubble. I feel like if Jay held that one a bit longer, it would have been a checkmate. Early win for Quetzal.
Right, Jeff had the early aggression and the immediate Jellycat into shotgun.
Yeah, Jellycat into shotgun I think is a lot better ever since the speed boost was added to Jellycat. It's a really good way to just get in there like that.
Holy. J-Feather fully abusing the current state of depth, by the way. Like the
Yeah.
Jellycat into wide into shotgun.
Now, I'm not sure if the kunai setup we just saw was a result of my terrible internet or actually how it looked, but it was super overlapped and cursed. Like, the kunais looked like a whole ton of them on top of each other. That may have been the new DS, so Quetzal may be using new stuff as well. Did you happen to see it?
No, but I did see a slight hiccup in the connection. Might be starting to see a little bit of the legendary Quetzal network.
Yeah, okay, maybe the crazy setup was just on my end then.
Right? J-Feather goes for a punish, but Quetzal out of the way and responds in kind with a melee, so... Not really a
Yeah,
melee.
Quetzal,
Retreating basic.
I think Quetzal's doing a great job at redirecting depth basic vertical, which makes it a lot easier to go around. Quetzal's not given J-Feather a good opportunity for a basic in a while. That one's like decent, but it's not what you really want. You want it to be more central, I think. Ooh, bonks on the wide.
Yeah, Quetzal's always keeping either vertical or like parallel instead of
Yeah, I
giving
do
the
this.
nice angle.
I did this a lot with Sun. I think this is definitely probably also good with Hood. Ooh, look at that close-up movement. Jukes the shotgun and the wide. Very good by Quetzal. But still can't get through the setup. While you're sitting there juking, the depth basic just comes closer and closer. And we saw Jellycat nerf being extremely relevant there. It was at 0.8 when J-Feather got hit, so old cat, J-Feather would have been out for free.
Or J-Feather
Something to keep in
fishing
mind.
quite a bit. Shotguns and Jellycat's gonna be up soon. J-Feather looking to go on another ride for sure.
Risky, but I guess those kunais are easy to redirect, so not that risky. That should be a checkmate, right? Ooh, the DS.
Wow. Quetzal delayed so long there. Didn't want to be caught slacking in the middle of the vanish.
Yeah. I think Hood, with new Vanish, can probably never get checkmated even afterwards, because you can just zoom to the other side of the screen. All right, and after an early deficit, J-Feather takes the first game. Looks like Quetzal wasn't expecting the depth pick.
Yeah, Quetzal's been gone for long enough to miss the entire depth saga.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Like back when Quetzal played was probably when people still thought depth was bottom.
Wait, people used to think depth was bottom tier?
Yep.
Huh, interesting. Times sure have changed.
Well, and also in the when people bonked more, you know, the depth wasn't nearly as good.
Yeah, depth is the least bonking character. Like, at least it forces your opponent to bonk the least. So, that is true. And I think part of the new changes, like the new wide, makes depth easier to bonk against, so should help her out at beginner level. She can spam it easier. Oh, Sun from Quetzal. Is this a thing that has happened before?
I think Quetzal has picked Sun before, or maybe Quetzal got Sun picked against.
Wizard said mute for copyright in the stream chat.
Yo! Big fan of Penguinos. For real. Wow, no faith for Quetzal in the chat. Only predictions on J-Feather's side. Quetzal's
Well,
not
everyone's
that
probably not
washed.
familiar. Well, people may not even be familiar with Quetzal
That's
if they
true.
don't know their MNF lore.
You know, I've said this off stream a ton, but Quetzal holds a world record. The only
The only
player
person.
ever to get DQ'd for network in Maiden and Spell.
So I'm seeing some time travel mix-ups with the diamonds already.
Oh, that was some dispel usage right there.
Yeah, so what I'm seeing from Quetzal's Sun is when I watch Sun players play, I look to see how much purpose they're doing their attacks with, and how much of it is just doing attacks. And it's looking to me right now that Quetzal's just doing attacks without too much planning behind them, but maybe I just haven't caught the method behind it yet. What do you think?
I mean, I guess I haven't like looked too closely, but it definitely feels like Quetzal's more spontaneous of a player.
Yeah. Something I often look for is how often does the sun do double basic? Because I think if you just randomly throw out double basic at seemingly random moments, that's a good sign that the sun player isn't being too thoughtful. A lot of beginner suns will just randomly spam basic with no real purpose behind it. And we're seeing that one was purposeful. That was to try and keep depth away. Also, I think Quetzal could be layering these waffles a bit better. If you just put them one behind the other, it's not that difficult to get through. You really want to stack them up to make them as hard as possible to get through. And with the new Max sponsored buff, it should be slightly better at long ranges.
Yeah, the third basic change, the big one.
That one was speed. Mine is
Oh, right,
more
right,
waffle.
right. Yeah, the
Long
slightly more
ranges.
waffles. Oh.
Yeah. It's not that relevant, but like it's somewhat helpful at long range, and that should be a hit.
That was some real network shenanigans right there.
I think that Jay should have popped the bubble, because otherwise there may have been a DS from Sun. But it resulted in a hit, so it was fine.
Bravery. Anyway.
It's amazing how much more I have to say in a Depth Sun matchup than a Hood Frost one.
I mean, all the Depth match. I think Depth is just a cool character to watch.
For me, it's just because there's Sun on the screen.
Oh, that's true.
My commentator abilities go up tenfold when there's a Sun on the screen.
All right. Crucial card for J-Feather. Needs to win this one to stay in the winner's bracket.
Mayfeather won the first game.
Oh, sorry. For Quetz. Oops. I looked at the one on J-Feather's side and still said it. Like, I thought it through and still said it. Crucial card for Quetzal.
Yeah, that's a really long channel in the diamonds, so yeah, needed to apply more pressure there, but when diamonds are channeled for that long, they're a lot harder to dodge because they don't split up as quickly. Ooh, did not go for a setup on the Dispel. That could have been an opportunity to get a hit.
J-Feather one hit away now.
I'm also noticing that when Quetzal was playing Sun, they gave a lot more opportunities for the favorable depth basic angles. Maybe was thinking less about that and more about the new character.
All right. J-Feather takes it over Quetzal 2-0.
All right, what happened in the rest of the bracket? We had Game Freak beating Wizard, Izaura beating Meguka, and J-Feather beating River Sand last round. Have there been no other results from this round?
Yep. They'll probably report them after.
Oh, that means we could maybe watch one if they haven't started yet. So I see Izaura not playing Illy, playing someone else
Is Illy
instead.
even here?
Good question. Izaura might get a free ticket to winner semis. They didn't think winner round 2 was supposed to play. All right, can we get a Game Freak versus Ox on stream? I really want to see that one. Unless you have another one you'd rather watch.
Game Freak versus Ox on stream.
All right. The other options are Cupid Hobo or Illy Izaura.
All right, some more winners quarters action.
How many viewers do we have right now?
10.
Respectable, respectable.
Game Freak, reset scores, apply. Do I swap? Yeah, swap sides. And we're in game. Game Freak versus Ox.
Game Freak plays this game a lot, I think. So, definitely trying to enter the upper echelon of players. I have a lot of respect for Game Freak's work ethic in this game, and it definitely shows. They've just been improving and improving every tournament. We'll see if they can survive against Ox's Hood. So something we probably want to be on the lookout for is butterfly desyncs, because from what I've heard, Game Freak is really trying to work on desyncing butterfly as the next level up in the game plan. So we'll see how well that pans out for them this game. Or this set, I guess. Ooh, that was brave from Game Freak, just sitting on the upper wall, just barely doesn't get hit by that basic.
It's looking pretty good for Game Freak here. Like, very, very good.
Yeah, down hearts, but as the walls close in, it's going to be pretty difficult.
Oh, but we
But
see...
you know what?
We're
New
about to
flower
say?
duration.
Yeah, the new flower. I was about to say the new changes. The wall's no
They-
longer all powerful.
So what are the flowers on right now? Did they get reverted back to 17, or are they still 17 and a half?
17.
17? Okay, I like that a lot better.
Yeah, there's
Good.
0 space for recasting now.
You can tap flower and still have 2. Like, look, there's 2 right there.
Oh yeah,
But-
you'll have 2, but recasting to keep up the 2.
Oh, yeah, that's what
yeah,
you mean.
that's the downtime.
And give space for counterplay where previously there wasn't any, which is, I think, the goal of the change. Whenever I play Lich into, like, these sorts of characters you have to dodge the whole game, what always messes me up is you can't go around stuff the same way you can with a faster character. Like, you can't all the time just go backwards and around the bullet. You just have to sit in the middle of it. And I think that makes staying alive with Lich, if you're not used to it, pretty difficult.
Yeah, like right there, the basic unfocused kunai trap, basically. And this time a bit less forced, but Game Freak going in for the melee and forcing a vanish, but has to be careful as Ox will fire off those nearly uncharged basics.
Yeah. Had a good setup when Ox was in the right side of the screen, but I think the butterflies are much less favorable when Ox takes this position. But it's getting reset up. Now it's looking pretty favorable again. Yeah, look at that. 3 of the corners are basically covered with butterflies. That's a great setup.
Ooh, that's so unfortunate though. Ox just got hit. That would have been such a favorable, a favorable-ish position for Game Freak. 2-2 with setup on Lich, but now it's 1-2, and Ox just needs 1 hit to take the game.
Ooh, nice basic wide. Takes the game. Fred's basic really is a wide.
I forgot to change the song.
Oh no.
Well, you'll be happy. It's Jewel Box on stream.
I like the Jewel Box song. I'm very lucky.
Yo, it's Miso in chat. Hi, Miso.
Hello, Miso. Good to see you. Alright. Game Freak again, down lives, but pretty good setup. The crossover makes it worse.
Yeah, Ox definitely played against many Liches in his career. Knows
I
the
think
crossover.
The desyncs are really live right now. Like, look at some of these angles. They look somewhat tough.
Yeah, Game Freak always talks about how they're maybe focusing a little too much on butterfly timings. And that could be leading to like more bonks because they're over focusing on it, but when it works, it's pretty cool like that.
Yeah. I'm really liking the movement from Ox, though. Redirecting the shots and then moving back out of the way, exactly as you're supposed to. The desyncs make that strategy less effective, though. But given that Ox was in the corner, it was more available. The shots would just go off screen.
Ooh. Yeah, Game Freak's getting to endgame very often, but just Ox is living longer.
Yeah, that was some masterful redirecting, just creating a hole and space to live.
Oh, but Signs of Life just needs to secure 1 right here. The basic.
I was hoping that would go a little longer. I was interested to see what part of the screen Ox was going to try to take up residence in, because I wasn't quite sure if Ox would go left or right. Both were defensible, I think. Although if he went right, it would have to be trying to end the game immediately. Look at that butterfly wall. Very good vertical spread of those butterflies. And now there's one in the corner too. That's a great setup. How did Game Freak not get hit there? That looked like a hit for sure. Just knowing when to stand still, I guess. Was Game Freak in any danger there? It looked to me like they could have just held Flower a lot longer than that.
Can't quite remember, but Game Freak up right now. Oh no, goes for a melee end.
I think with new Lich, holding Flower is often not worth it because it'll give more time to the opponent with only one Flower active. So I think
Yeah.
it's less worth it compared to before to just hold Flower.
Oh, and Game
All right,
Freak.
Game Freak takes the game.
Yeah, that definitely knows how to do that aggression.
All right, 1-1. Looking pretty close. Oh no, an early wide bonk. It happens to everyone. Has Lich pinned against the corner but failed to capitalize and gets hit. Is definitely surrounded by butterflies, but is doing a good job weaving in and out.
Oh, a bit of an uncharacteristic bonk from Ox. You would normally see him dodging all of that pretty comfortably like he's doing here.
Yeah. I wonder if Ox is going to try to vanish over to the other side. Isn't in too much danger over here. Oh, but goes for it because there is more space there for the longer game. Until Game Freak just places a new flower, of course.
Ox is going to try to cross again, trying to find the timing.
That's a pretty tough cross. Doesn't even go for it.
Oh, the micro dodges from Ox are just so good, but unfortunately it runs into the one from the top butterfly, and now Game Freak's resetting the wall.
I think I know what happened there. I think Ox saw in the peripheral a pink bullet near the butterfly and assumed it was from that butterfly, but it was in fact from a different butterfly, and then just got insta-killed by...
Yeah, but yeah. And despite how we were talking about how Game Freak likes just resetting the setups, Ox is the one who takes that card.
Yeah, Ox did a really good job not dying, and I guess that's what you have to do.
And we see that QP took a 2-0 over Hobo.
Nice. You know, this is the more I think about it, this is a really survival-oriented matchup, because a lot of the time what people say for fighting Hood is just survive and don't lose. And playing as Lich, that's kind of the default game plan, just survive and don't lose. So very incentivized to just try and live for Game Freak.
Sorry for the hiccup on stream, by the way. I accidentally pressed something that minimized all my windows.
Oh.
Kind of froze for a bit, but we're back.
All right, 2-2. I do think Game Freak's butterfly setup is pretty good, and the desync is somewhat online.
Yeah, Game Freak trying to move the wall along, move the wall forward to pinch Ox, but Ox just crossing as usual.
Yeah, but over here isn't too much better. There was that butterfly right there. But it should expire probably decently soon, right?
Ox's basics are so consistent, by the way, like trapping Game Freak inside of them, forcing the quick reactions, the quick dodges.
Yeah. But it's 1-1. Game Freak needs to win this card to stay in it. Definitely a tough position for Ox. Get sniped by the butterfly. Last card. Very close. Oh no. Unfortunate bonk on the force field, also known as Lich's Wide.
Oh, and Game Freak's chasing. Game Freak like tastes the melee but doesn't get anything out of it.
Crossing over for aggressive play, but Game Freak just gets out of there.
Oh, and suddenly a huge lead for Game Freak. Just needs to get anything right here. Tries to go in with the support from the butterflies. Can't get anything but dodges all of the knives, and just one more hit required for a pretty huge upset.
Yeah, Ox is bonking a lot this game. Needs to clean it up to make the comeback.
Right, and Game Freak really wants a basic here. Really wants to just pressure Ox up close. But has to be careful. Can't throw away all the pressure while doing so.
Yeah, those close-up butterflies are sometimes, I think, a little bit easier to deal with than if they're farther away. Because once you bait the shot, you can just forget about it. It'll just be out of there.
And Ox
Chooses to cross over.
needs to get 3 hits in this kind of scenario, and I don't know. Game Freak's closing in with the basics, and there it is.
Nice win for Game Freak. Congratulations on the victory. Definitely well earned with the amount of practice that has gone in lately from Game Freak.
Alright, what happened to the last match we have to...
Cool that we got that one on stream. We weren't supposed to. Looks like QP beat Hobo, and Hobo went to Storm Mirror in game 2.
Is Illy even alive?
Illy might DQ, I think. I don't know where Illy is. Does anyone know? I could message Illy. I'll ping. We could have a losers match while we wait for Illy.
True.
Unless you just want to DQ Illy. I don't know what policy you're going to run with here. Good luck, Mr. T.O.
I mean, might as well wait a little bit, I think. But just run one losers round match, and if that doesn't happen, then, well, guess we don't have Illy.
You should message Illy as well. I just pinged in the
Yeah, I did.
chat. Okay.
Wizzo doesn't know. Wizzo is unaware.
What is Wizard saying in the stream chat?
Let's see, who do we get for losers, though? Because we've gotten everyone except for Wizard, except Wizard is coincidentally the one who's waiting. Alright, I'm just gonna get Hobo and River Sand on stream.
Bobo River Sand? Yeah, that should be pretty cool. Just got pinged by something. Oh.
Apparently Illy's here.
Illy is here. Cool.
Reset scores, apply, okay. We are ready. All right.
Oh, River Sand opting for the depth.
Yeah.
I believe River Sand is a Arcanist and depth player, though maybe he doesn't play Arc anymore. I'm not up to date on my River Sand lore. But this is one of the players that I played against when I first started. I think River Sand and I don't know if we started around the same time, but I at least view us as part of the same generation of players. because they were one of the people I stood a chance at fighting back when I was new, and I think we both improved since then a good amount.
Riversand going for a lot of the Jellycat stuff, but Hobo just holding away, not getting caught up.
Yeah. I'm definitely impressed with the dodging. Riversand has been avoiding some of this stuff very nicely. A lot of close calls. Ooh, the shotgun at close walls, very powerful. If Riversand can keep dodging like this and just live to min walls, it's going to be very hard for Hopo to win this match, I think.
Riversand just doing so well in this opening game.
Just surviving, getting to the part of the game where depth is at her strongest. I like the game plan.
Alright, Jellycat's up now. Riversand can go for something.
Ooh, just... That's kind of like a lich setup. You don't usually see that on a fast character like Hood.
Wow, that was almost a one-button checkmate.
Yeah, it wasn't quite. I think it was escapable. Hobo just didn't look to be ready for it.
He's got caught off guard at the top part of the wall.
Yeah, because Hood's quite fast.
Ooh.
Ooh, that was laggy for me. I'm not sure if that was me or if it was laggy for the players as well.
You could definitely tell that Riversand isn't like a super veteran though. They're getting caught a lot by like the outer basics of Hood. That's definitely something that catches a lot of people who aren't used to not being able to just dodge out.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. That was really close. I'm lagging a lot right now, so I might not be able to provide much insight until it gets better.
Oh, right. But, oh, Riversand getting a little desperate, it seems. Like, a bit of a late basic placement, a bit hurried, and the shotgun as well. Needs to go back to the more chill playstyle that won them the first card pretty decisively.
Yeah, alright. I think I'm back now.
Hi, back. That hit?
Ooh, tries to dodge down. Yeah, I think it was hard to tell, but I think that was tight along the bottom wall, not escapable. But
Damn.
Hobo, I probably would have tried to stay low too, and Hobo makes the same mistake and gets hit. Alright, after a nice first card, Riversand's not really seeming to be able to do it as much in the second and third. Ooh, wide spawned right on top of him. Alright, so this is a chance to get a setup, but yeah, dodge is up. I think one of the crucial key skills to being a good depth player is you have to be comfortable dodging while moving in the correct direction. Something I really noticed when switching from Sun, because, you know, Sun's attacks are all very circular. It doesn't really matter where you are when you use them for the most part. But for depth, you really have to make sure you dodge where your projectile isn't so you can fill the space with more attacks. It makes her dodge patterns a good bit more difficult. I think that's something that's underrated in terms of difficulty that people don't talk about for what makes like depth and storm hard, is you have to dodge into places, whereas other characters dodge away from places, usually.
Yeah, and Riversand, it's not looking good. It looks like Hobo's like just adapted, but Riversand's still picking up the setups when Hobo tries to run out into very unsafe places and catches Hobo sleeping near a basic as well.
Yeah, I don't. This is game 2, right?
Yep.
I don't know why I'm always so bad at keeping track. Alright, well, we do have a lead for Riversand. Could take this card. Just needs one more hit.
Definitely doable, just hard.
Yeah, Hobo's now camping along the bottom like we saw Quetzal doing. Ooh, but a bit of a clumsy bonk there on the expanding basic.
Hobo's bonking a lot of those, like just a completely unforced mid-screen basic detonation.
Ooh, almost gets the shotgun, but Hobo quickly gets out of there without pressing buttons. Just to not suffer move slowdown. Ooh. It seems to me like River Sand is decently comfortable when they have a good basic, but it seems if Hobo can force unfortunate angles on the basics, River Sand is much less sure what to do for setups. Something that always impresses me when I play like the super top depths is how good they are at setting up for hits off of the supposedly bad basic angles. They're very good at it.
Right, and River Sand definitely still winnable for sure. Just needs to slow it down. A bit of a panic. Jellycat into basic and gets caught trying to dodge up to the top wall.
Yeah, it looks like River Sand isn't applying all that much pressure at the moment. Hobo's just dancing around the setups, not really getting cornered, and takes the game.
Yeah, pretty clean. It was scary at first. Well, it wasn't that clean, honestly, but Hobo cleaned it up at the end.
I feel bad. I didn't know Giddo was trying to play incognito. Whoops. Sorry, Giddo. It's unaware. All right, what are we gonna have on next?
Quetzal Air Event is playing. That's a good question. Let's just have QP Game Freak then.
All right, cool. That'll be good. Oh, apparently Megaca has DQ'd. Unfortunate.
Yep, DQ'd a while ago, but only shows up now because like the game actually got available. Winner semis, Game Freak, and QP.
QP doesn't know the lore. Wait, QP's now fighting Ox.
Ox?
Maybe Game Freak probably doesn't know that it's match time.
Okay, ping this time. Winner semis. Waiting on another winner's quarters for the other winner semis, which will also be streamed, I guess.
Haha, we were making you stream more matches than you want. This was our plan all along.
That's true though, there's so many streamed matches.
Because people can't show up to things on time. Where is Game Freak? Maybe when AFK expecting a break?
Well, we can wait. There's a lot of matches that need to play anyway. Mr. Dessert, please come.
Who's... Oh. We're seeing... Oh, did Game Freak leave? Oh no, is in the match, okay. Oh, QP rocking the Brazil flag.
Truly the spirit.
The spirit of lag.
I'm gonna say once again though, like,
Hmm?
give me a sec. I'm picking. Let's go. Good song. Um, I'm saying again though, like 12-person bracket's so cursed because you could win round one, lose round two, and still get sent to the same lose as round one. It's
Yeah, but you get
horrible.
an easier opponent.
Yeah, but like, you still have to. It's something.
It is bad, but I feel like M&S is a game where easier opponent matters a ton. Because there are certain people you just can't beat, and certain people that that will never beat you. Oh, QP opting for the Frost. So this is interesting. Do you know the lore behind this? Because if not, I can fill you in.
It's because of the Frost Lich matchup thing.
Kind of. So QP has been present in lobby during conversations between the Frost Collective and Game Freak about this matchup. And QP thinks that this matchup, I believe, is winning for Frost. May have said even, but I'm pretty sure QP said winning for Frost. So maybe trying to prove a point here with this pick.
And Game Freak thinks it's even, right?
Game Freak thinks it's even on the new patch. I don't think that opinion holds for live, but I think Game Freak thinks it's even on beta.
Oh,
And the opinion from QP was actually for live. QP might think it's even more winning now on beta or something. I'm not sure.
that's so unfortunate though. Did you see that Cade stun at the bottom? Oh no.
Yeah, but on Lich, it may have been a bit more forced because of Butterfly and the flower. Although, you know, Game Freak, I'm not sure how serious of a character this Frost is from QP, but Game Freak might just be getting a free ticket to third place or second place. I'd definitely be happy playing someone's less practiced character. Especially since this is Game Freak's specialty matchup.
That definitely can't call it free either though with the big Ox win. Definitely a boost though, but it's looking like the butterflies aren't in the greatest sync. Oh, now it's looking very scary. Never mind. For a moment, they were like all bunched up, but suddenly when QP moved wrong, they is completely trapped.
Do you think QP will switch characters if they lose?
Depends on how
I think
hard
they
they
will.
want to prove a point.
Because QP went Worm in our last set, and after losing, switched to Storm. So I believe that QP will switch characters if they lose. But you know what? Now that I think about it, that was kind of both. Because we were 1-1. I won the first game, and QP won the second, and switched after winning a game. So that was a bit odd. So maybe he won't switch.
I'm a firm believer that switching after you win is like way more favorable than switching after you lose.
I don't know.
But the problem with saying that is though you have to win first.
Yeah. It is a bit of results bias there. Did Stunwave get its size increased? It looks bigger to me than before.
I think it's more of a placebo thing, like because it's safer to go for.
Maybe.
People go for it more, and because people go for it more, it feels like it connects more.
No, I'm just talking about like the graphical effect looks bigger than I remember.
It's weird.
I guess I'm just crazy. Yeah, maybe not. Ooh, nice dodging. Needs to escape this position. Ooh, you love to see it. When that butterfly despawns at the top, QP's going to be able to go back and forth over that flower. But yeah, Game Freak sees and knows. Plugs it up.
Defensive stun wave. QP is trying to just outlast Game Freak here because it's only one heart. Just needs to focus basically until Game Freak slips up a little bit. Does a
Yeah,
bit of
from what I
layering.
remember, in the conversation we had about this matchup, QP thinks it's good for Frost because Frost is like good at surviving and winning in the late game. So I think QP's probably going to adapt a defensive posture for the entire match. If I had to guess, hasn't really appeared to go in all that much. Though I don't know how Frost players, I mean, they hate this matchup, it makes sense, but they can't use like 3 of their moves most of the time. It's like, you can't dodge roll in because of Flower, you can't stun wave because you just aren't in, and you can't wide because it's too short range. So it's the one move matchup. Basic.
The changes really, I think, change up stun wave viability though. You see QP going for a lot of like fishing stun waves after, like right there.
That was good. Yeah, I do think that new Lich makes stun wave much more of an option than it used to be. Old Lich, you basically could never stun wave, but now I mean, and I could just be wrong. I don't play either of these characters, but I think the new matchup has, or the new patch has made the matchup a lot more, like, you can do more things as Frost than just basic.
Yeah, the new Lich having to like tap flower those gaps, just that's just the space right there.
Yeah, now there's space to get out. Setup has been shrunk. Oh, but 1-1. Last card of game 1.
If I'm QP, I'm not switching. Even if I lose this one, I'm not switching.
I mean, QP's pretty good at this matchup with Storm, though, right? Oh, but you know what? I forgot. Game Freak plays Crest all the time. I don't know if they still do, but at least back in the day, Game Freak and Crest played very often. So Game Freak is very experienced in that matchup as well. Takes game 1. We'll see what QP decides to do. I don't know. Do we have Crest in the chat by any chance?
That's a good question. You be staying. Let's go.
All right, J Feather says Stun Wave is the same size. Yeah, I thought so. It just looked odd. All right, well, yeah, that was really close. QB definitely could win this, but I think it probably, the longer it goes, it's going to favor Game Freak, because Game Freak's just going to get more and more warmed up dodging the basic. Or I guess could get fatigued, but it's only a best of 3. That didn't look like a hit to me, but sure. That single tap on the wide instead of hitting it multiple times made such a more difficult pattern. I don't know if that was intentional, but it was good either way.
QP just grinding away at the back wall. It's closing in though. Has to find the timing to cross. Ooh, I don't know about that one. That roll is scary.
Yeah. All right, needs to get over now. I would have wided there. I think that might have landed a hit, but QP chooses basic. You know, I just remembered another thing. Maybe QP likes Frost, because QP played Frost against me in round start as well. Maybe this is a new character they're trying.
The legendary Max Win tournament.
Oh yeah, that was my peak. I'm never gonna do better. I've peaked.
One of the
Hopefully.
most stacked tournaments as well in terms of
Yeah.
attendance.
If you look at my bracket, it looks like I won a super major. That's always going to be something fun to look back on and just have to say like, hey, I won a tournament. Oh yeah, what kind of tournament? Let's not talk about that.
Oh, and QP once again looking for the stun wave snipe on the flower recast, but unable to get it that time.
Only one hit landed this match, and the walls are closing in. Both players surviving very well. Ooh, backs up into a bullet. Hate to see it. That's a storm moment happening to QP no matter what character they're playing. Ooh, that was completely unforced. That's a bit awkward. Game Freak's really good at not being afraid and just going in and doing a flower where it needs to happen. Similar to what I said with Depth, where you have to just force your way in to a space. Game Freak does it a lot with Lich to get the favorable flowers. Frost is better, I think, at keeping Lich out of a position than some other characters are, but definitely can still get in. Ouch, look at this position. Oh, that was a great roll.
Great stun wave as well, and a great basic. Wow.
That was some incredible surviving. Oh, and takes the card.
How?
That was incredible. That dodging, I have not seen something that good in a long time. That was great. And that was with mouse too, right? Doesn't QP play mouse? Or no, QP plays keyboard.
QP's a keyboarder. That makes it
Keyboard.
insane.
It's Kuroko who's mouse. QP's keyboard. Okay. Yep.
Oh, that's a bit unfortunate though. Tries to keep up the basic pressure, but gets answered by the butterflies instead.
Yeah, QP hanging out real close to that flower. Ooh. Definitely had some unforced bonks this game, but Has to win this one to stay in, or is this best of 5? I don't know how you run your events.
This is still best of 3.
Okay. Best of 3.
The, the,
Evens
on-
it out.
the only difference from the top 3 best of 5 is that loser semis is also best of 5.
Ooh, nice. Doesn't get a Kate stun. I think a lot of Frost players, they're too hasty on the trigger button, but QP waited just that fraction of a second necessary to stay safe and also land the attack.
It's another nail biter right here.
Chooses not to go up. If I were QP, I probably would have gone up after the hit, but QP goes down. Interesting to see how that goes.
Definitely re-erecting the butterflies quite a bit, trying to be able to like cut up when necessary, trying to keep the maximum amount of time available to pressure, but unfortunately stun waves on top of a wide.
And Game Freak takes another win.
Wow.
I think that was a bit of a questionable character pick from QP, but did well with it either way. Made it very close. Are you running ads, or is it just Twitch giving me ads?
Twitch.
Do you have permission to run ads, or do you need like more viewers to do that?
I can run ads, but like it's not worth it. It's really not worth it.
Yeah. Does it work same with subs, where you have to make like $100 before you get any of your money?
Yep, it's all combined.
That's really silly.
All right, where's Illy J Feather? It is time.
Oh, Illy J Feather. Cool, cool. Who did Illy play against last match? Oh, we don't have full character data, but I'm sure we can extrapolate what this was easily enough. Ooh, get me in here. Okay. All right, what character will the man of many characters Illy be going today?
Worm is the flavor of the month.
Worm. All right, so I think this matchup is abysmal for Worm, like truly terrible. And J Feather, I believe, thinks that as well. So we'll see if Illy can overcome it. And I'll definitely have my notepad open for this one. You know, not really, but
Yeah.
mental note.
Illy out here with the basic pressure. Oh no, I don't know. Even for Illy, this is gonna be hard.
Something I've noticed about Illy when Illy plays Worm, Illy spams wide just way more often than other Worm players. I don't know if I should take that as this is what you're supposed to do, or Illy is just being, you know, being Illy and messing around. I'm not sure if this is what is correct.
Could be a little bit of a conditioning thing.
Maybe. It's definitely scary to move when your opponent wides that much.
Oh, I know he's daring J Feather to Jellycat, but J Feather knows it's not gonna happen.
Illy not afraid to go in close range. I think that's helping. But also, J Feather seems to not be doing as expert of a job of staying behind basic. Because I think you can probably stay behind basic a bit better than this.
All right. What can you say? Like it looks so bad for Illy until it doesn't.
Yeah, I'm not even really sure what Illy's doing. There were some moments of gameplay that were really impressive, like walking in close range and like juking the shotgun. But for the most part, it looks like Illy's just spamming wide like some new player, and it's just working.
Well, J Feather gets the close range, worm wide onto Illy with the depth, but yeah, like it doesn't even look good for J Feather at min walls either, because Illy just dodges better and then gets a hit.
This is a character where you shouldn't be able to dodge better forever. Like, depth can prevent that with solid checkmates.
Oh,
That,
it was really, really trying.
it seems to me like J Feather should be pressing basic more. I don't know, just to sit behind it, because or shotgun. I don't know. It seems like Illy shouldn't be allowed to get as close as Illy is getting without being punished. Maybe it is the wide conditioning for fear or something. I don't know.
Yeah, J Feather's circling to not get hit, but I think that also means that you really don't want to press a slowdown move at that timing.
Yeah. Oh, Illy bonks and J Feather could take this card. Is up. Notably, Illy is also not once gone for offensive Novi Fire. So
You,
I guess that's probably just not a thing.
you really can. Jellycat exists. There's a reason you saw J Feather use Jellycat exactly once so far this set, and that's because it'll use defensive Novi Fire.
Yeah. All right. Oh, I thought it was over, but it's Spectator Bug. But luckily, the non-intrusive variant.
The false finish.
Yeah, the false finish. All right, 1-1.
Oh, and it's so scary for J Feather right now. You'd usually say it the other way around, but J Feather should theoretically have this in the bag.
Ooh, but bonks. I think once you get to a certain point at min walls, if depth is far enough down and you're high enough up, you should be able to safely Novi Fire, maybe.
Swap Lich. Okay, here we go.
Switching to Lich. Oh yeah, J Feather said that this is a matchup that he wanted to play. He wanted to play Worm versus Lich. So getting exactly the matchup that was desired. Let's see. So I think J Feather, I can't remember. I played someone in the matchup who just played Flowerless Lich. I'm not sure if that was J Feather. It was Gary. It was definitely Rem, but it was like multiple people did this. J Feather may have been one of them. Moving fearlessly, maybe knows that wide won't hit with some sort of pattern. I definitely think Flowerless is not the way to go, but you know, J Feather can do whatever they want. What do you feel about Flowerless Lich versus Worm? You're a Lich player.
Well, it's been a long, long time, so I can't really say anything. It's also been a long, long time since I've seen Worm on stream.
You must have some opinion of this strategy, though, just in theory.
Well, when I played, it just felt like I was using Flower whenever necessary.
Like, the upside of playing like this is Worm cannot Novi Fire you, because you can just beat it. But the downside is Worm can be close to you. Because I think of Worm as a odds character, where your odds of getting a hit just go up the closer you are to the opponent. And normal Lich can absolutely shut down a certain degree of close range, because you can just sit inside or behind a flower. But like this, Worm can get close and increase the odds of getting a hit drastically.
I think the strategy is way worse with Beta Lich. Like I think Beta Lich with the lower cooldown and all that can afford to place Flower way more and play the keep away game. But like if you're playing like this with Beta Lich, I feel like you're just resigning yourself to the same game as live without the benefits of live.
I've played, well, I mean, the only benefits of live are flower, and if you're not using flower anyway, it doesn't really matter.
That's true.
But I've played Worm vs. Lich a lot versus Game Freak, but only on live. I haven't played it any on beta to know how it goes with the new beta Lich. It looks like in losers, Hobo took out Ox 2-1, and Quetzal beat Airvent 2-1. Ooh, Airvent decided to go depth in losers. Where's Quetzal? Oh, there, okay. Oh, was that it? Oh, it was it, okay.
Um,
What are we gonna have on next?
we have a slight delay in losers bracket, so
We could have Quetzal versus winner of Izaura Wizard, potentially.
yeah, potentially.
I think that'd be fun to watch. Oh, that sets 1-1. Wait, these character picks, though. Interesting. Check out the bracket to see the character choices for games 1 and 2. Would have expected the depth. It is cool having character data. I will give that to you.
Yeah, okay. This is a bit of an okay.
What's going on?
So I'm not sure if game 3 happened.
And the Wizzo Izaura set,
Oh,
you
now
mean?
it's reported. Okay, guess that's all reported and perfect.
Who won?
Izara.
Cool, cool. It's not showing up for me.
Yeah, I think we'll have to. I think we'll just. Hey, for speed's sake, let's go J Feather Hobo and then QP versus winner. Because we're running a little late.
All right. Is that happening now?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I gotta leave this game. Wait a second. It has to load in before I can quit. Quetzal asking their opponent not to play Hood. All right, I'm here. You said it was happening now.
Yeah, J Feather Hobo.
They're not.
Oh, yeah, it's not happening. It's going to happen.
I was gonna watch Izaura Quetzal before it happened.
What's happening?
There we go.
Yeah, I think. Okay.
Yeah, because QP did go Storm against Hobo. Only went Frost for Game Freak.
Nice stage. Alright, Def versus Hood, as expected.
Yep. So, let's see. The thing I'm going to be looking out for this set is basic redirects to see how often J Feather can get good basics. That's a pretty good one. But the crossover. I really like what we're seeing from a Hobo, just not allowing depth to take a favorable position with the setups. If you can just get into like a cycle of crossing back and forth repeatedly of the depth setup, it can make the character look like a complete joke. Obviously there's counterplay, but sometimes you can really make it happen.
And then J Feather goes for the Mega Dash, basically.
I'm honestly not a fan of that being in the game, especially at lower walls. It's just really silly. Like, look at that. You can dash in, wide shotgun. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Definitely something that will probably get changed.
I think it's kind of broken.
It's
Like,
very funny to watch though. That's all I'm gonna say.
like depth is already very good at min walls, and this just is another setup on top of what she already has. Yeah, no, I'm not into it.
Right, and Jay Feather just needs one more of those. Has the cooldowns for it.
Sorry for the bias. I'm not trying to bias against Shea Feather. Just the setup. Just the setup.
Oh, but Hobo bringing it all the way back even. Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
I need to look out more to see if the depth players focus shotgun. Because I've heard that it's like notable whether or not you choose to focus it, but I've never really understood the situations in which you'd want to focus for snot for the shotgun.
It's like
Ooh,
you
that
choose one depending on if they're, I guess, moving or not moving. Moving laterally or not moving laterally.
Ooh, the kunai saves Hobo from that super setup.
Oh no.
Hobo definitely. Hobo uses a lot of the unfocused kunai and tries to like move around. I like what Hobo does. It's like crisscross setups. Tries to have the kunais coming from one direction and then tries to like be perpendicular with it with the basics.
Yeah, and I don't know. Jay Feather did not look too good on that last card. Needs to mix it up a little bit. Trying to set up a good basic. There's one, but I don't. Hobo is just free to cross.
Yeah, Hobo is not getting caught in these setups. Ooh, good vanish. Recognizes that can't get out of that one.
And Jay Feather just another one. This time protecting it by widening along the bottom
Ooh.
wall, and
Hobo had an opportunity to commit and escape the setup, but chose not to. I think that was definitely a checkmate that could have been avoided. Just hesitated a bit.
oh, Jay Feather chases a little too much. Gets caught up by the knives from the origin of Hobo's vanish.
Ooh, the shotgun at close range. That's why you have to absolutely respect depth. And if you go in, it has to be very carefully.
Yeah. Jay Feather reading a bit of the Illy stream chat, it seems like.
What does Illy have to say?
Jay, you should press shotgun if someone is like consistently in your face, probably.
That's the most Illy way of saying that ever. Ooh. Remember in the beginner tournament when Riftmaster, or was it Sappy? Someone was listening to commentary mid-match and taking my son coaching.
Only someone? I feel like a lot of people. But
I've
son,
only had
yeah.
one person tell me that they've done it. I'm sure more have. But not many people in the bracket play Sun, so my advice is less helpful. Alright, so Hobo takes the first game. Not even a hesitation with the depth pick. Definitely not going to go Frost. It's weird, because I think I remember Jay saying that this is one of the matchups that Frost would at least be a consideration, but I guess not today.
Oh, it's
Or
not
I
looking
could just
too
be
good for
wrong.
Jay. This card is... The series of unfortunate bonks just completely lopsided this particular card.
Yeah. I mean, you very rarely get unfortunate bonks for depth anyway. You have to really be... You have to earn your hits with depth.
And Hobo just needs to clean up this card to have an almost insurmountable lead in this set.
I believe Jay Feather can definitely bring it back. Just needs to clean it up and get those setups. Ooh, and very good vanish.
Good retreating like uncharged basics from Hobo, just covering so much space, preventing the approach from Jay, and like it's just so. Sometimes it's really hard as depth. Like the game's progressed to the point where yeah, the depth looks unstoppable if you play well, but when you're actually playing depth, you gotta do the setups. You gotta work for those hits, except for like random wide bonks once in a while. Speaking of wides, Jay Feather is not a wide fan.
Yeah. Some depths I was playing just spam wide, but depth is... Alright, Jay Feather's depth is not doing that at all, you're right. just noticed.
Jfeather's reserving wide just for the Jellycat setup, and that's like it.
New wide is way more spammable, given how the movement values were adjusted. So, oh, that was a good catch. Definitely could be using wide more, I think. That was like what depth got in addition to the stupid cat thing in compensation for the cooldown nerfs.
Alright, can Jfeather force that advantage? Can Jfeather bring it back?
Ooh, that was really close. I thought that was going to be a hit for sure. Wow, another close weave, but this time from Hobo. Gets around the shotgun.
Jfeather's consistently forcing out these vanishes, but will it be enough?
Yeah, Hobo wanted no part of that dash cat setup. Just instantly vanishes away.
Has it again. Oh, but Hobo tricky dodges getting out of there.
Yeah, Hobo wasn't approached into the corner for that one, so managed to escape. Ooh, and you know what? If Jfeather was paying a bit more attention, probably could have popped the basic earlier and got a hit, but was too busy dodging. Ooh, another close dodge on the shotgun. Very good. Very well played from Hobo, I think. Knowing how to get around shotgun at all times.
Yeah, Hobo just cleaned it up. Alright, time for QP Quetzal.
QP Quetzal. Are we meant to stream this many matches?
No, but it's a bit late now. And after this, we have Illy Game Freak.
That'll be pretty cool. I wonder if Illy's also going to pick Frost. Complete the get Game Freak to Grand Finals quest. Although Illy can definitely win with Frost. Probably will, in fact. But you never know.
Alright, QP versus Quetzal.
Oof, get me in here. Has this matchup ever happened? I wouldn't be surprised if this matchup has never happened.
Not
These are like
quite
players
sure.
from 2 different eras, right?
Definitely.
You have Quetzal from the old times and then QP from the slightly newer times.
Did they
I'd
fake
say
me
there's
out?
definitely... What?
Music-wise, they might have faked me out. They faked me out! It's Jewel Box.
Because there's definitely a... there's a generation newer than QP for sure, but QP's like the one before that. At least I believe. I wasn't there, so I don't know for sure. But
QP
now this.
beginner tournament alumni.
We have another beginner tournament alumni in winners finals.
True.
Game Freak. This matchup is all about not bonking for Storm, I think.
Oh right, QP Quetzal is a legendary meetup of 2 different eras of network.
Yeah, both 2 players known for lag. Alright, so it looks like QP's still more than capable of walling with the new Storm. So shouldn't be too unhappy with that.
Definitely feels like less spammy though. Like QP has to mix in stuff, has to reset to keep it going.
Yeah, and I think the important part here is QP has to commit forward, because if you just retreat and wall before it would work, but now if you retreat while walling, there's going to be holes. I think that's the biggest effect of the change, to be honest.
Oh, and there's some deep lore here too. Before, red mirrors used to be counterpicked with Storm, because Storm was seen as like the pick answer, the straight up pick answer against red.
Back the counter pick character?
Back when red was dominant.
Red was dominant?
Well, Spellbird era, there was red everywhere.
But did people think red was good, or was that just the character being popular?
A little bit of one, a little bit of two. Because like almost all the results were red, except for like, you know, the top.
Yeah. I think yeah, QP's doing a good job not bonking and is getting some of these box-in setups. Haven't watched Quetzal's perspective much. Should probably do that.
Quetzal's dodging wide surprisingly well, but like right here, the most unfortunate wide bonk on a trade.
Ooh, a wide bonk from QP. I think Quetzal is charging basic too much. Like, especially with a fast character like Storm. If basic gets charged a bunch from Hood, you can just go around it easy.
QP staying, of course. And Quetzal needs some time for the character select.
I didn't know Quetzal played anyone other than Hood, so interesting to see this. I wonder what their ping is.
That's a good question too. They're both in the US, so I think it's less of a ping thing and more of a stability thing.
You sure QP's from the US?
I'm pretty sure. All my
I don't know.
sources have claimed that QP is a US resident.
Have my doubts personally, given referencing ping to other people's ping. But, you know, I wouldn't doubt it, I guess. QP definitely could be American.
Alright, the Lich is coming out.
Oh, I didn't know Quetzal played this character at all.
Well, Quetzal definitely counterpicks. Definitely one of the counterpickers of all time.
Is this matchup even a counterpick anymore? I feel like Storm does fine these days.
Yeah, but back in Quetzal's day, this used to be Storm's worst matchup by far.
Yeah, I definitely know that, but I feel like, you know, Quetzal's working with outdated lore here.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, and it's not looking too good.
These days, Storm seems to do more than fine in this matchup.
Gets a big charge up, but is that really going to do much against QP?
Quetzal, I think, probably regretting the pick at this point. But maybe can clean it up, we'll see.
Game Freak sent a monster to the losers bracket, that's for sure.
Yeah. I wonder how that set would have gone if QP played Storm, but I guess we'll never know. Though, you know what? We might see a rematch between them in losers. I'd say it's pretty likely, in fact.
Oh, come on, you can believe. Maybe in grands, you know? Quite possibly.
Look, I made thousands of bucks betting on Illy for a reason.
Yeah.
It's people like you who fueled my coffers.
Well, I'm the source. I'm the house. The house always wins. I have infinite bestie bucks. Can't use them to bet though.
Look at that wall. Oh, the bonk leaves a hole.
One more
1 to
bonk
1.
though.
So yeah, Quetzal's doing a lot better this game.
QP is holding a lot of these charge basics, trying to mix Quetzal up a little bit.
Pretty sure the reason QP held that one was so it wouldn't get deleted.
Oh, and it's over.
Yeah. Forced a flower in the corner, but doesn't even get out. Unfortunate.
Yeah, and also like right there, it didn't matter, but Quetzal did a scared flower back. And in that situation, you never ever flower back. You have to flower forward or flower down. You have to flower away from the corner.
Yeah, I would have flowered it down, I think, in that situation.
Alright, time to head to winners finals. Illy Game Freak.
Did you know you have a subscriber?
I do. That's crazy. Thanks, Rum. Alright, time to watch. And that's not a winners finals you would have expected to see from like the participants list. Illy Game Freak.
I'm a big Game Freak believer. I'm not that surprised. I'm definitely high on Game Freak right now. Game Freak is a very good player. Also, you know, Game Freak being one of my one of the alumni from Max Beginner Tournament Academy, so I'll always be a fan. Alright, what character do you think Illy will go? I'm thinking either Worm or Frost is what we'll see. Am I lagging, or are you just not responding to me?
I'm just not responding. Sorry. I was just messing around with like the bracket stuff.
Okay, sorry, I can't be sure.
No, my bad. I was just silent.
Oh, Game Freak gonna sign autographs after the tournament? I
Speaking
think the
of
set I would have
Zale, wait, what is Illy gonna go? Arcanist?
maybe. I think the set that I least expected would have been probably the upset on Ox from Game Freak, but I definitely think Game Freak beating QP isn't out of the question, even if QP went Storm because of how close it was last time.
It is Arc.
How do you know? Is it just showing you sooner?
Yep. But I also predicted it
Okay.
because of the Zale comment.
I think new Arc is very good.
I
So
think Arc might be slightly overtuned with the change.
maybe we'll see. I'd love to see how Illy plays it. Because most arcs I see who play this matchup debuff a ton. We've yet to see any debuffs from Illy, so that's already a big difference.
Okay, it's also important to note that Game Freak's basically like trying to vertical wall. It kind of blunders a little here by moving down like that, but the flower placement and all, Game Freak's trying to stay vertical as much as possible.
Yeah. If you remember this matchup, Game Freak had to play in beginner tournament number 2 grand finals against JWR Miso.
And as good as Miso is, you know, Illy's the final boss.
Yeah. Got clocked and is unfortunately eating lots of hits. Yeah, see that situation there? Arc would just loves it when you run straight at her like that because you can just get basic in the face. You have to
it's
mix
just
up
over.
your angle a bit. Ooh, mistimes it. But probably will win anyway, yeah.
Ridiculous speed run of the first game.
And this is how I make my bestie bucks.
Good thing there's, you know, the real reason why I stopped the predictions isn't because I was too busy doing other things. It's because a lot of people would have lost to their bestie bucks on this extremely unfavorable prediction.
All right, so we are seeing the switch to Frost. Illy does not want to just move on with Arc. Wants to prove a point.
All right, I'm setting up random song for this one.
Watch you get the Worm Jewel Box one.
True.
Let me know if you do. That'd be funny.
I didn't. Let's go.
Well, what did you get?
I can't name the songs.
You can say what stage it was from.
I think it's
Maybe.
the first one, the story mode first one.
Paint the archive, Drenched Archives.
Is it? Wait, which one is this?
I don't play story, but that's like I think the one on the leftmost stage select.
Is it?
We saw an in-place.
Wait, is this one of the paintings? I'm so unaware.
All right. Regardless, Illy has a 3-2 lead, including a somewhat silly wide that I would not have expected to work, but deep flower dive into wide got the job done. Illy definitely knew the invincibility timings because was able to dive and flower wide and then roll out and not get hit.
Like right there too, stayed in the flower for so long with the hit and bone. This is one of the paintings for sure. Yeah, this is absolutely a painting. Sorry for interrupting you again.
I said earlier that you don't get to use wide as Frost in this matchup, but Illy proving that you can, making it happen. 2 of the hits last round, maybe even 3 were wide.
Yeah, and it's definitely very conditional though. Like you have to be close up and trying to mix.
I think Illy is trying to get wide either off of hit invul or when Game Freak's forced to commit to restart the wall.
Yeah,
Goes for it there, yeah.
Illy a massive abuser of hit invul in this one.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, you love to see it. That little wall hole at the top, that's always so nice when that happens because you can freely just move around up there. Good by Game Freak to not overcommit with the flower and get stunned.
Do you see the dodge in place, by the way? The roll?
I did not. I wasn't looking at
It would
that
just like
moment.
stationary roll through 2 butterfly shots.
3-3. As I think the key to Illy winning is to hold this bottom space and not let a flower happen. But I mean, I guess you can't really do that because if you hit Lich, she just puts the flower down for free.
But the top flower is about to disappear, giving Illy potential room to chase. Oh, that doesn't get the catch.
Does not roll that far, but rolls exactly as far as is needed.
And you can tell that Game Freak learned a lot of lessons from the QP set. Not getting caught while flowering.
Yeah, Illy might just be playing less aggressive too, though. Ooh, that was such a good dodge right through the gap and manages to take it. Best of 5 now, right?
Yep.
All right.
Again? Oh, just straight rematch? Okay.
It's the flower stun that time. I personally have a really hard time avoiding the round start stun when I've played this matchup, but I'm not a Lich player, so, you know, whatever. Interesting stun. I guess reading forward movement.
It's definitely really frustrating though how Illy's like, if you're playing against Illy and Illy just glides in and out of the wide inner circle and seemingly unaffected by the butterfly shots. It's such a grind.
Yeah. And already got Game Freak down to 1 heart. Something I think that Nyx, Illy, and Minkle are like better at than anyone else with Frost is the patterns. When I play against those three, the basic patterns they make are like somehow way harder to dodge than anyone else. And it's like not just a little bit harder either, it's significantly harder. I'm not sure what it is they're doing,
Wow.
but they somehow managed to make Frost basic quite difficult to avoid.
Illy just committed hard to that chase. And Game Freak didn't chicken out at all. But this time, gets caught by the wide.
Wow, somehow Game Freak sitting right inside the basic close range does not get hit. Probably got lucky. Illy perfectly recognizes the pattern of the butterflies and just walks right out.
Now there's a gap potential, but Illy doesn't go for it, just staying safe.
Yeah, over here is decently safe, I think. Doesn't need to move, but now it's getting to the point where moving might be necessary.
Game Freak just got... Illy just knew exactly what Game Freak was gonna do. Just circled around, baited, and... Illy's about to be in grand finals.
Yeah, just one more hit. Sits right in the corner of everything. All right, but the wall position definitely very favorable for Game Freak.
That was really ambitious from Illy. Rolled right into the mini, tiny...
Ooh.
That's it.
Good games to Illy.
Alright, QP Hobo, we're getting right into it.
Wait, did I say something about Wizzo not being a Frost player?
Oh no, it's just that watching Illy is something.
Yeah, Illy's very good at every character. Makes me feel bad about my main too, don't worry. Ooh, I just barely made it.
Good thing I have it queued on random. Hopefully there's an interesting stage coming up. Interesting music, sorry. Oh, come on.
I'll not stand for this Worms Jewel Box hate.
I might be appreciating Worm's Jewel Box a little more after getting the same songs on random.
The Worms Jewel Box song is good.
Oh, I forgot to transition. Oops, there we go. Best of 5, by the way.
Yeah. All right, so this matchup again, the Storm just needs to not bonk matchup and will probably win. But anyone who wants to see what I think may have been the greatest set I've ever seen in this matchup, go watch Cupid versus Frog in the group stage of Magical Mountain if you want to see how Hood can win this. It was some truly fantastic gameplay from Frog. Lived like at min walls for quite a while and managed to win. Do you remember that set?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I don't know how Frog did it. Does it with red the way he does.
Yeah, it was incredible gameplay.
And the first card just disappeared just like that, huh?
Yeah. You see, the problem is if you rely on QP to bonk, you'll probably lose because I think QP is just very, very good at microing with Storm through all the things. Ooh, but runs into the tail end of basic there.
Still winnable for QP though, this card. It's funny
Yeah,
how...
this one's gone.
Oh, we're gonna say?
I said this round's gone a lot better for Hobo than the last one is all.
Yeah. Oh,
What were you gonna
I forgot what I was gonna say, but what's important to note is the Storm Sprite update, right?
Yeah, the wide. I think it matters less on yellow than it does on white.
Yeah, definitely harder to see on this color.
I think new Storm changes might mean this color is just better now, similar to how red arc is just worse than black arc. But you know what? I don't care. I'm going to play the purple and white Storm anyway. I think it's a good color scheme.
QP cleans it up, and we're going to game 2. Oh
Ooh,
no.
gets sniped basic. QP is playing like Crest right now, going in like a maniac, holding wide. This has very much Crest energy. You know, have you played much New Storm? Because I think the result of the changes is that you can just hold down, like you can tape down wide and play, and it's probably good. And I don't know how I feel about that. Like, it makes the character more fluid to play if you play it the old way, but it also is a probably unintended consequence, is that just perma holding wide is like perfectly viable, unless you want to slow down, but then you can just focus.
It definitely looks like QP's holding wide a ton.
Yeah, you can just do this now, I think, and the basics, like you don't have to stop holding wide to basics. You can just hold the button at all times.
Oh no, Hobo gets caught on top of the clone though. You wouldn't expect
QP
that.
really is just holding wide. Look at that. AI. That looks so annoying to play against. But good stuff to QP, takes the game.
There's still one left. Still time for Hobo to come back.
Yeah, it looks like QP is going to chill with the wide and go back to walling. But is this actually a relief? Or is this... Do you want to have wide spanned on you? I'm not sure what Hobo is more comfortable with. Though I would venture, I guess, to say that with apparently the bad network that QP has, probably this is preferable, because at least it's less variance.
Yeah. Wide, even if you know it's not going to hit you, it's a constant presence that messes you up. Like, at least the charge basic walling, you know when it's coming, you know when you can dodge it.
Yeah, QP did a good job setting up there, but Hobo manages to defense out. QP does this thing where he'll, like, get some weird, like, crescent shape with the walls, and I'm not sure how exactly that's done, but it's very effective, because you'll, like, try to dodge out, and then when you go down, you'll realize, uh-oh, I can't go this way either, and then you're just super dead.
That was unfortunate, though. QP bonked, like, so many times on the right side.
Yeah. I wonder if Hood positions in this matchup similarly to how Sun wants to. I'll have to keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, Hobo was sitting on clone a lot, but also got hit while on top of clone a lot. Just not reacting fast enough, I guess.
I think sitting on clone gets worse the worse the ping is, so I don't think I like doing it versus QP.
Right. Hobo has to get out of here.
That was really good recognition. I would have tried to go up a lot sooner, but Hobo just knew that there was no need.
And Hobo's kind of like one of the players that's sort of equipped to know about this, because I'm pretty sure they have a Storm secondary.
Yeah, Hobo actually played Storm earlier in the bracket. This matchup, I think, already happened once. This is a rematch. I'll double check that real quick. Yeah, this is a rematch. Last one, Hobo counterpicked the Storm mirror in game 2, but it was still a 2-0 win for QP.
You know what it is? Max, you know why the stream viewership is down so much?
Why?
Everyone's too busy playing multiverses.
Is that actually why? That's so sad.
I mean, that's like the only reason I could really think about.
Not that people just don't want to watch Maiden spell.
I mean, last tournament viewership was fine, and the only difference is multiverses, if you think about it.
Last tournament as in Summit or EEE?
EEE.
Well, I feel like people tune in more for the
Well, that's true.
beginner events for some reason. I'm not sure why. Like, the games are less interesting, but people will tune in.
You gotta support your besties in the beginner tournament.
I mean, EEE wasn't really a beginner tournament, but it was, a restricted entrance event.
That's true.
But yeah. Don't remind me of that tournament. That was a sad one. But yeah, 2-2.
Yeah, definitely winnable for Hobo. Extremely winnable for Hobo, even. And I don't know, it just feels like QP's bonking a lot more.
Ooh, right into the wide. When you move that fast after Hood DS, it seems like you just have to hope.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of the storm effect going on.
Oh, it was like 0.2 seconds. I think if Hobo went down a bit to be on like the circle part of the circle. I don't know what's that called because it's not a corner. The part of the circle that's not as protruded forward could have had time to get out.
All right, now we're heading into QP Game Freak.
I wonder, do you think that QP's gonna go Frost again?
It would be funny, but if I had to bet, no.
Yeah, I hope not. I want to see the Storm.
Shout out to Miso and Lobby, by the way.
Yeah. I like that QP's proving Storm is still good with slower or the faster basic. It's not that much faster. I think the original change people wanted was just made Storm a terrible, terrible character. So I'm glad we still have walling to some degree.
All right, where's Game Freak?
So how do you feel about Multiverse, Saya?
In my very non-controversial take, I think it's I think it's fun.
You like playing it?
I think it's fun, but I think I only find it fun because I like try to gimmick people in it, not because I'm like grinding it and trying to be good at it. Like I'm playing it with the besties and going double Superman and trying to choose people off the top and bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And that aspect of it's nice, but not a spectate, but not a game that I would ever think about going competitive in, I think.
Yeah, I think it's most reminiscent of Brawlhalla of all the platform fighters that there are. I think Brawlhalla is the one that suits my taste the least, so it's definitely not my game. It's not a game for someone like me.
I do think though that it being free guarantees that like it's gonna stay
Like
popular.
$40.
What? What?
I thought Multiverses was
No,
$40. Is it?
that's like the donator thing, like the thing that all the free-to-play games have.
Oh, what does it get you? All the characters? It had better at least do that.
Yeah, just a bunch of character unlock tokens and a little bit of like the battle pass currency.
Oh, I can't stand games that do that. It's not something I want for the platform fighter genre. So hopefully that doesn't become the norm. All characters unlocked upon purchase is like an absolute must, I think. Unless it's, DLC added months or years after the fact, like Smash Ultimate did. That's fine. But on launch locking characters, that's just no. All right, let's see. We do see the storm, not messing around, no frost.
Yeah, the Game Freak will have to definitely knock it walled, knock it mixed up by the tap basics.
I think this is one matchup where Storm's basic being slightly faster might actually be a buff. Because it might make it to where Lich will have a slightly harder time circling around the setup.
So, Game Freak flowered the charge basic, but QP just replaced it. And you couldn't see it either.
Oh no.
But Game Freak coming out ahead, has the low cooldown flower to play with, you know?
That must have been 2 quick bonks because QP was leading, I think, just a moment ago.
Yeah, and the lower cooldown flower definitely helps a ton in escaping walls.
Yeah. As I was saying before, I think the faster basic might make it more difficult to do so the flower might be more necessary than before as well.
The craziest mix QP is doing is just holding charge basic more, because Game Freak's flowering and expecting to be safe, but then the charge is still there.
Yeah, QP does that a lot versus me as well. I think the hold mix-up is definitely worth doing. It's makes it less certain what's going on. And it beats forward movement as well, because a lot of the time I'll try to move forward to beat the setup, but if he just holds basic, that just doesn't work. That loses instantly.
Really good escape from Game Freak.
Yeah.
It was not looking good for Game Freak for a while, but makes it out and gets a hit, 2 hits as well.
QP bonking.
Oh, QP doesn't go for the repeat hold there, the recast.
Yeah, the new cooldown on Flower really helping out Game Freak a lot, I think.
Game Freak getting a little greedy though, going for a lot of melees. Backs up now, realizes that slowly bleeding out isn't a good look, but instinctually tries to go for the flower wall, and
it's like QP doesn't have enough time to go for the setups as much. Well, I guess if Game Freak's flowering defensively, they're not going to be flowering offensively, so...
Oh, it's so winnable for QP though. Game Freak had a massive lead, but oh, well, still ends up on top. Okay.
Like, that wasn't real QP. QP just bonked so many times. QP can definitely play better than that and win, for sure.
Alright, and Game Freak choosing to hold back this time, knows that a gap will open up like that, but... Oh! Aw,
Power.
Really tried to wait there.
The micro is just slightly off from QP. Gets another really not needed hit there.
Yeah, and QP has had to run the loser's bracket gauntlet to reach here, so...
Might be a bit fatigued, yeah. Ooh, that's tough. Okay, gets out. I think the setup from Game Freak's pretty good. Like, it's a nice spread of butterflies. What was that? Was that wide?
Looked like it. And QP just trying to catch Game Freak, but Game Freak's adapting. The earlier mix isn't working, and QP keeps running up and down. Like, I think that's it. Like, trying to do fast movement up and down and getting caught by the line.
Internet?
I think more of like a line of butterfly shots.
Alright, my internet died for a bit.
Oh.
Hope things are still going well. I'm still in the game somehow.
It's crazy. Is it like still a functional spectate?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Maybe it didn't die. Maybe it just went to 0 MS for a bit. Or not 0, like infinity. I think Game Freak's butterflies, the way that they're getting set up is they're giving less downtime, so QP has less time to charge basic safely without having to micro,
Oh, that was
which
so
is
greedy.
yeah. I think it's increasing the likelihood of hits a lot from Game Freak, the way that they're setting up butterfly.
And the end of that last game was ridiculously greedy from Game Freak, going for the melee multiple times when they could have like chilled in the end game a little with the lower cooldown flower. They just kept going for it and eventually got caught by a wide on the last hit.
Yeah, so a bad flower is going to get forced here. All right, so QP's going to have some good stage position, but gets hit.
Oh, 0.6 away.
I think what QP's really good at... Wow, really? That flower comes back fast.
It really does.
I think one of the things QP's one of the best at is sandwiching people between just like a melee charge basic and a charge basic from the clone that's also kind of melee-ish. Like it's ooh, the wide snipe.
Game Freak on a bit
Really
of a
quick
roll.
hitting. All right, no flower. This is QP's chance.
I don't know about... Okay, Game Freak recognizes and moves the right way. Could have been super scary at the corner. Uh-oh.
Well, flower will probably be back in time, right?
Yeah,
nice
yeah, for
redirect.
sure.
All right, but at least that buys QP space. Hopefully we don't see another bonk after the last time that happened.
Yeah, okay,
Ooh,
Game Freak's
dodge.
moving so well, by the way. Like,
QP as well had a pretty insane dodge there.
but if Game Freak doesn't get greedy, this card should be theirs for sure.
Yeah. QP needs to get a hit to open stuff back up. Okay, there we go. Gets the hit. Now it's much more even. Ooh.
Bit greedy from Game Freak, but it works out in the end. Okay. It really depends on the early game. QP needs to put Game Freak in enough like scary situations.
Yeah. Game Freak probably just is really used to how to redirect, though, from playing versus Crest so much. But Crest doesn't play walls that much, so maybe not.
Game Freak just calm. And QP's not going for the charge mix-up as much, it seems like. It feels like we saw it at the beginning and not much again.
Ooh, a bonk.
And sometimes it really feels like the charge mix-up could have hit Game Freak a lot. Oh, but very, very greedy flower running in like that.
I think there's some merit in this matchup to like half charge basic because it's so fast. Lich has to like commit to dodging it a bit early.
Yeah, definitely with the change speed. And Lich's move speed making it a bit of a chore to get around. Oh man, though, like, the cooldown's so low.
Yeah, that might... Do you think that needs to be looked at, potentially?
I think it's hard to just say based on this alone, but
Yeah.
it's very low.
That mid-charge basic is definitely exactly what QP, I think, needs to be doing. Because it also, not like all the time, but sometimes, it gets to Game Freak faster. And with the flower cooldown, it getting there faster is very relevant. But as of right now, it looks like QP's just like spamming charge basic while staying alive as long as possible. And I think Game Freak's good enough to where that's not going to win. You have to like mix it up a bit.
Yeah, and Game Freak's playing so, like, in such a stable manner that QP can't go for, like, the stuff that trips up other players. It's definitely also a character thing. Like, Game Freak's doing just playing Lich keep away very, very well.
Ooh, manages to live there. Very good. That was quite close. Okay.
Not that one.
Ooh, another wide. Yeah, I think maybe we should see some more wide from QP, given how easy it is to just hold down the button. And it might cause
Oh
Game Freak to bonk
no.
more and just fear moving. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think integrating wide now would help because we saw not too much of it in the previous games.
Yeah.
Game Freak did like the quadruple cast wide there. Up at the top, almost got caught by a charge basic. Alright,
All right,
this
QP takes the card.
yeah, this could be the start of a QP comeback.
I think more wide and less charge on some of those basics is really what's going to bring it back, if anything. The just perma charge wide only, or perma charge basic, is just not getting the job done.
Unfortunately, that's a keyboard moment if I ever saw one right there. Like, goes up into the inner ring of wide, tries to dodge a little bit sideways, and ends up hitting the side of one.
Yeah, I've never played on keyboard, so I don't really recognize moments like that.
I say it all the time, even when it's not. I say it for controller players as well, honestly.
All right, well, this card's going very favorably for Game Freak.
Yeah, Game Freak just needs to hold out pretty much, and potential grand finals ticket for Game Freak right here. Just need to steal the golden ticket from QP's card. Oh, there it is. I thought we would never see one of those. Finally.
Charge.
It all depends.
This is where holding wide is good. Yeah, QP holds wide somewhat, but I think could have done it earlier.
Yeah, QP's got to bring out all of like the mix-ups now, the stuff that they haven't been doing.
Yeah, QP goes for the Nyx thing where tries to drag the basic on top of people. That's something I really only ever see Nyx do. Oh, but you know what? Kuroko did it some too, the few matches that we played. So, credit there as well.
Game Freak standing almost perfectly still for a while.
I know the bonk. All right, QP just needs one more hit to take this game and get on the board. Flower is going to be back soon.
It really should be wide hour. Like, Game Freak's too safe. Game Freak's chilling too much.
Yeah, if you can get clone in there, wide becomes a lot better. All right, QP takes the game. I think if clone is really far away, the wides aren't that strong, but you know, you can just throw it right through the setup, so no biggie. Just do that. Who goes through the drag again? Imagine how crazy Store would be if you could move like even a little bit faster while holding the charge. It'd be ridiculous. Now that was a moment for I think a half charge basic maybe. Oh no, an early lead for Game Freak. QP's falling apart a bit.
But QP's won these before. Just needs to get out of that corner. Oh no. That was a really cool drive-by attempt. Unfortunately, didn't pan out. And now, Game Freak hunting. Just needs one hit. Willing to give up a few hearts for this one.
Alright. Get sniped. Oh, but the butterfly from behind wasn't even on screen for me. I don't know if it was for the players or how that even works, but that was cool. Alright, one more card and Game Freak makes it to Grand Finals. That'd be quite the unexpected result. Seeding-wise, huh?
Yep.
Oh, the classic. QP hits me with that all the time. Just hit the crossover with the charge.
Pinned against the wall, but QP bonks, and it's even, so I don't know. Game Freak's like chilling a little bit.
Yeah, it seems like QP's just doing the same thing over and over. And it's not working.
QP's got to mix it up here because this is another potential final card, but Game Freak may be a little ambitious with the aggression, even though like just playing safe has worked so far. Trying to go for the hit, trying to speed up the victory, and eventually QP's gonna get one of those hits.
Now QP is running out of space. Needs to get out of that part of the screen.
Oh, and Game Freak sidesteps the melee, but QP has a
See,
chance.
just holding wide. Holding wide at random moments like that is so strong. Just to... Because it looks like Game Freak just feels free to move, and you should never ever feel free to move against Storm, I think. Storm is like the ultimate movement police.
Game Freak kind of self-checkmates in the top right. Not a great cross.
Maybe was trying to put a butterfly in the corner, but lost sight of the matchup. Ooh, QP finds the hole. I don't know about that DS, but probably fine. Oh no, backs up into wide. May not have been on screen. Just giving full screen control to Game Freak, unfortunately, but gets the hit.
And QP's just hanging back this time, just not trying to make any mistakes, but with Storm's speed, I don't know.
Yeah, I think something else that QB could maybe be doing is when there's like about to be a hole opening up in the setup, could just go like for a couple uncharged basics or railguns just to, you know, get a chance at a bonk. Just increase your percentage of getting a hit.
And mixing up's just so important. Like, what QP's doing is strong, but if it's the same strong thing over and over, it begins to become a little bit predictable.
I think should have maybe wide there, I don't know. Alright, the screen shrinking into a very favorable spot for Game Freak, but
Alright.
it's even hard.
Game Freak's chance. This is the third chance. Still has a few more, but really wants to take it right here.
Yeah. Alright, burns the DS. Now's the chance to get a hit. And that butterfly vertical is going to make this a lot harder.
Yeah, that vertical butterfly is putting in so much work. But...
Alright, 1-1.
Oh.
Ooh, he bonks on the wide. Game Freak takes it. What a win. What a placement.
Game Freak guaranteed second now. At least. Wait a second. The set's over. Well...
I don't even have music in the game anymore. Oh no, I do. It just apparently goes away if you tab out. It's interesting.
Both to 3. Uh-oh. We can't even communicate with them. I'm gonna Discord call Game Freak. If Game Freak stands still, you know it was me. I'm the one who did it. Game Freak's both of them are too focused. I'll call QP instead. QP, please answer. QP! This is so tragic. They actually think the set isn't over yet. Alright, calling Game Freak again. Bestie, the set's over.
Wait, what?
The set's over. The set was over. You already won.
Oh.
Alright.
Okay. Alright, my bad.
Okay. Game Freak picked up. Game Freak picked up and the set Okay. All right. Have a short break because, you know, there's been a lot of games in a row so far.
All right. I'm just chilling, so let me know when it starts.
All right. Just gotta wait a little bit. I guess I'll start predictions for this one, if anyone wants to get scammed. Alright, get your predictions in. Hi back. Alright. Guess we're getting started now.
Cool, cool.
All your bestie bucks on yourself? Illy. You gotta respond, Illy. Is Illy still making a sandwich?
I don't know, maybe.
Might be a bit longer of a break than we remembered. Max, it's your chance to get free bestie bucks. Maybe not as free, but like, it's your chance to get extremely favored bestie bucks.
Alright. I predicted Illy.
With Max dropped 6k?
Is that a lot? I honestly have no point of reference.
The current bestie buck economy is not that great.
I'm telling you, I made bank last tournament. I've got so many bestie bucks.
Illy, play Storm.
Storm?
Play Storm you won't. You gotta commit.
The bet won't go through if Illy DQs, right?
Yeah, but do we really want that as an outcome?
No, because Game Freak is saying to DQ to rob me of my bestie
yeah,
buck.
yeah. That's not gonna happen.
Good. I can't believe my disciple would do this to me like this. My beginner tournament alumni. Really the most successful one. We have not seen Sappy enter another tournament. Miso has not entered another tournament. And Sanya dodges expert events. But did win EE.
And the Storm is here.
Alright. This is Illy's worst character. And I think Illy would say that as well, so I don't think that's rude. So we'll see if... This is Game Freak's best chance, I think. Alright, and Illy goes for the superior color. I don't know, the other one just kind of... The other one kind of hurts my eyes to look at for too long. I think this color of Storm's a lot nicer.
Good color combination too, honestly, but I can't believe Illy went for a flash step melee at the beginning and actually got it.
So we'll see. What is Illy going to do differently from Cupid? Because QP definitely has like almost certainly I think more practice on Storm than Illy does, but Illy has the good player intuition. So we'll see how it goes. Already up 3-1.
And Illy's just walling, and Game Freak's trying to get through, but Illy's using the wide as like a deterrent for moving, sprinkling it in there, not like holding it, but tossing it whenever Game Freak's moving.
If you never wide, you lose such a strong part of Storm's kick. Because I think one of the best things about Storm is the absolute control over the pace of the match. If your opponent wants to move, you can just say no, and that's really, really powerful.
Oh, Game Freak, and not in a great spot right here.
Yeah, see, holding wide there, just to... If your opponent moves too quickly to get out of the setup, they'll just die. It's very powerful.
And the wall setting up again. We'll see if Illy goes for a flash step. Doesn't choose to go for one. Tries to mix Game Freak up, trying to read a panic to the top wall, but Game Freak moves down. Has had plenty of Storm practice. That's for sure.
Yeah. The last set and a lifetime of matches. Well, not a lifetime, but many matches against Crest. I mean, Storm's speed coming in clutch there. Other characters would not have been able to do that.
Yeah, and if like the butterfly timings are even slightly unfortunate, then Illy can just redirect them all and then sweep downwards.
But yeah, Game Freak in the lead now. Has good stage control too.
Alright, it hit the bravery phase of the song. Let's see if Game Freak levels up a little bit.
Game Freak probably doesn't have that song on though.
Yeah, client side song. Kind of crazy.
I didn't know it was client side until just now. That's like today. That's pretty neat.
Everyone gets to pick whatever they want.
Kind of like how on new Slippy Melee you can have custom skins, but your opponent doesn't have to see them.
Yeah.
Ooh, the wide.
It looks so
Good
good
call,
for
Paul.
Game Freak. Illy was at 1 heart for so long. It still could be good.
Yeah, but you know what? I can say from experience, when Illy's on 1 heart, it's serious time. Because one of Illy's goals for a while, I don't know how serious this was, but it was serious for me, was to never lose a card against me ever. And whenever it got down to 1 heart, Illy would super try hard. Now I can say thankfully that I have since overcome that obstacle and taken several cards, but for a while it was Illy super try-harding to never lose.
Maybe this matchup is a bit too Lich favored again.
Maybe. Because of the new...
The
you
new,
can just
the new
yes
flower.
out.
The new flower goes a little hard.
I don't know, I'd like to see some innovation before we decide that for certain, but it does seem like it might be too Lich favored.
Yeah, definitely.
But how would we change that? Because like if we change Lich too much, then we lose the entire point of the changes, right? Which was make Lich more interactive.
Yeah. But Illy doing quite well now. Game Freak unable to get over to Illy's side to place like close range wides. And that's pretty huge because now Illy could just cut down whenever a bunch of butterflies are firing and Illy just cleans up the first game.
Oh yeah, you get a lot more time between games now. I like that. Okay, swap to Sun. Love to see it.
And you could actually see like Illy's character picking in the bracket now. It looks so nice.
You can?
You can see that like Illy picked a bunch of different characters.
Oh, you just mean over the course of the tournament?
Yeah. I'll do it for Max. Jewel box time.
Yeah, jewel box. All right, I have a lot of trouble with this at low ping sometimes. Like, if the Lich is playing well, it seems very, very hard. So we'll see what Illy decides to do in this matchup. At high ping, it's, like, quite good, but low ping, it can be really rough.
Game Freak making pretty good decisions so far, not getting caught up.
Illy is usually, like, the ultimate proponent of tap wide, but this match isn't going for that many. Maybe that's a first Lich thing, but I think you need to go for some, otherwise Lich can just hold forward at you.
Game
Illy has
Freak.
told me he thinks
Ooh.
diamonds in this matchup are bad, so I'll be interested to see how he's getting his hits.
Game Freak dodging diamonds quite well this game.
Yeah. Oh no, the Dispel expired. Couldn't quite get out of there in time.
Game Freak playing like scarily well right now.
I've also heard that this matchup is kind of terrible with new Lich. So we'll see if the flower thing comes into play too much.
Definitely feels like the more spontaneous Lich playstyle has been buffed, like using flower when necessary to get across things. Just like wandering across the stage type Lich.
Yeah. We have Last Heart, Try Hard Illy. He's gonna have to cross over with Dispel here soon, I think. Yeah, that's... Okay, that
Wow.
worked. I thought Illy was gonna get hit there, but just perfectly timed the invuln.
Oh, I was so scared for Game Freak after those basics, but wow.
The real question is, how will I ever beat Game Freak if Illy can't with Sun? What am I gonna do? Send help?
Game Freak kind of runs into that wide, a little bit sniped, and it's not looking too good.
I don't know. I might just be wrong, but I do not super like the way Illy's playing this, like matchup-wise. Seems like Illy isn't going for high percentage plays. They're just kind of doing moves. I'd love to like talk to Illy about this VOD and ask why these decisions are being made, because I can't figure it out. That one went well, though.
Alright, after struggling a bit in the first card, Illy almost a flawless second card. I think it really depends on what happens in the third card, because I feel like the first card was just Illy existing
Warming up.
more than playing.
Right, pushing Game Freak to the corner. I like that. Yep, that was good. Those are like sorts of plays that I was hoping to see, where you like actually try to pressure instead of just spamming moves.
Definitely feels like the first card was just a warm up.
Yeah, Illy's also definitely being very good about these Dispel traps, just catching Game Freak whenever they don't have resources up. And
Swap the legendary swap the frost right here, or trying to fill out the entire roster.
what character hasn't Illy played yet? I think Hood.
Probably Hood. Oh, staying, okay.
All right, cool. I get more footage.
Oh. Uh-oh. Illy's turning on the secrets on tech.
Can't possibly be better than mine.
Oh yeah, that's a Twitch thing. Man, if only YouTube was like a viable streaming platform.
I mean, it's not like you're trying to reach a large audience. It could be for you, right?
The main thing about Twitch is raids. Like being able to
What do you
raid
mean?
like other like the Soku streamer, Tessero, or like a random Toho streamer or whoever. Like the rating system is so cool, and I feel like that's like the only reason I'm staying.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely rated you a few times.
Yeah. All right,
Aw.
and
Game
it
Freak.
feels like Illy's playing once again.
Yeah, I'm not even really sure what Illy's doing differently. It's just working somehow. I need to watch this over again, I think.
Illy's definitely
That was
playing
a
more
really good try.
proactively. And like the first card felt like a fluke for real.
Yeah, what I like about Illy's gameplay here is that just tap diamonding when you think the Lich is going to walk forward, that's a really good thing to do, and Illy's doing it. Definitely a fan.
Our Game Freak getting in, but unable to get out.
Went in too close. Right into the setup. And Lich is slow, so you're gonna die to that. Probably. I'm not sure about this. Weird Dispel, but I guess you're not gonna need it for a while, so it's fine.
Illy's also walling way more too, especially in the early stages of the round.
You mean like Waffle Wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Suddenly we're nearly at endgame with barely
This
any
matchup
hits.
sucks at endgame real bad, so definitely be interesting to see what Italy does.
What that was some Illy plot armor if I've ever seen one. How did a wide drift perfectly to cover the dodge from one basic to another?
Illy's wides and diamonds drift in the perfect place every time. I don't know how.
Oh, a crucial hit right there. But can Game Freak get away from this dispel trap?
Who got away? Oh. Alright, GG's. Illy takes it.
Illy wins the tournament without dropping a single game using 6 out of 8 characters.
I mean, is that even that abnormal?
No. Yo, Miso's an RTA in Japan subscriber. Incredibly based.
What is RTA in Japan?
It's the Japanese speedrunning channel.
Oh.
Yeah,
Like YouTube subscriber? Or Twitch subscriber?
Twitch.
Ooh,
Drop the emote.
dedicated.
Alright, can we get Illy in for an interview though?
Sure.
Alright. Yo, hi Illy.
Hello, Illy.
Hello.
How much money did I just make off this? Bestie bucks in the bank? I made a lot.
You stole all of Game Freak's bestie bucks. Illy, you're very quiet.
I am.
Yeah, I'd be at 200. You're gonna have to turn yourself up.
What about now?
Okay, that's good.
Congratulations on the win.
Thanks.
I would have played, but my internet is too terrible, so I spared people the pain.
Oh, you should have entered.
There are already 2 network terrorists.
Yeah.
No, I played some matches beforehand, and no, it wasn't gonna happen. Sometimes it was playable, but it would randomly just become super duper unplayable for minutes at a time, and that just doesn't sound healthy.
Alright, Illy. You use 6 out of 8 characters. Okay?
Who? Okay. Okay.
So why do you hate Red and Depth so much?
I don't. I love Hood. I don't know about that though.
Okay, then why didn't you use them?
I didn't even realize I used 6 characters.
Damn, okay.
Like, actually, I didn't realize.
So, what do you think about Game Freak's run? Like when you're playing them?
Oh, when I was playing them, I think we played. I used Arc and then Frost, and Then I use Storm and Sun, right?
Yeah.
Um, I use Arc just because I wanted to clock. I wanted to like super duper kill them, and if you want to super kill someone, you use Arc, cause like you clock them and then like do all the debuffs and stuff. So that's why I picked Arc. And then I realized Arc is like playing Arc. Sometimes you just like bonk into things for no reason. So I was like, I felt my movement was kind of getting bad. So I was like, I'm just gonna go Frost. And I also just wanted to play the matchup, and that went well. Uh, as for how Game Freak did, I felt like maybe they were kind of nervous. Maybe they were nervous about being in finals, because I think they bonked. Well, not finals. Like winners finals and grand finals. I think they bonked a little bit more than when we played in friendlies.
All right. And I think Max has a bit of a question about like your first card when you were playing Sun, because the first card was really, really like close, and then it felt like you turned on a switch and the rest were just one-sided.
I didn't like Switch. I mean, that match I didn't like Switch.
Wait a second. But more like
Uh,
your setups, because like the first card, it just felt like you were existing and like moving and not really doing much, and then after that, you were just going ham.
Yeah, card one,
um,
it didn't seem like you were really trying to land hits, more so just not dying and doing moves. But after that, you were doing much better in the second and third and fourth card.
I see. Yeah, I wanted to play safe. Um, it was actually just Game Freak being good, I think. So my connection's too good, so I can't cheese them with things. So they dodge everything. So as soon as I saw that, I knew I had to lower my frame rate, and from that
I
point
needed
on,
you.
I could hit them.
I needed you to win. Oh wait, what frame rate did you go versus Game Freak?
60.
60?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me write that down.
Yeah, but the only thing is like going from uncapped to like 60, like you can feel it like when you're controlling your character, you can like feel the difference too. So that kind of threw me off for a second. But I mean, it was definitely worth it because I saw my
Already
stuff.
played 60. But
Wow,
regardless, oh man, my internet is struggling right now. 1 minute. Okay,
my
briefly we
fault.
were at 400 ping. This is why I didn't enter. uh, yeah. Do you think that the new Lich flower stuff makes it easier or harder for Sun to beat Lich?
That's a great question. I I think it probably didn't change the matchup like noticeably. Which is kind of strange. Like, Sun should like yeah, I think in theory so like when you change the cooldown to go down or whatever, like Lich has to go in more. But I think Lich kills Sun before it matters. In practice, I don't know if I don't know how to explain it without like visuals or something.
Hmm.
Like sometimes at any game there's nowhere for Sun to go and it's like hilarious because Lich has like complete screen control, and at that point Sun is like one of the characters that really can't do anything. Like if you're Worm at least, like maybe you can go for revenge. Even like Frost can try something to get like a hit on Lich if they get hit at endgame. Sun like can't really. Like, I guess they could try basic and diamond, but I don't know.
Yeah, I needed you to win that to give me faith. So thanks for winning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no problem.
Max was in full doomer mode on the first card.
Like,
And yeah.
I'm just saying, like I said, if Illy can't beat Game Freak, I'm never going to.
Let's see.
And
Yeah,
also,
I mean,
oh,
uh,
what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say Game Freak's pretty good. They're getting better anyway.
I want to be good too, though.
Yes, you after if you stay in your like hotel long enough, you'll be like the best on player.
No,
Master the SST.
I can't do that. I'll be out of here pretty soon. But yeah.
All right. Well, one last gameplay related question, Illy, before we raid the Soku stream and spam MNS gang. Everyone in chat, okay, get ready to copy paste MNS gang. But Illy, what do you think about like Beta Lich versus Storm? Because on desk we were like, maybe Lich has a little too easy of a time against Storm now.
That's a great theory, but I think Minkle can probably beat my Lich. I don't do that great. Well, I don't know. It depends if they're like awake. I'm not sure what's just skill or not. Minkle Storm does pretty good against me,
All
but
right.
that's higher
Wait,
MS.
before you rate, I have an important question,
Yeah.
Saya.
Yeah.
Is there a way to check who has the most bestie bucks?
No. Everyone's got to say their bestie
No.
bucks.
Aw.
Come on, we can't
I'm
have you
definitely up
topping the
there.
leaderboards.
Why not?
All right.
Oh wait, Soku stream? Yeah, I'm actually gonna watch this.
All right, guys. Just say MNS gang when we get there, okay? Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Not in this chat.
Oh no, it's the overpowered character.